Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 43rd Ryder Cup here at Whistling Straits. We're with U.S. Captain Steve Stricker. Steve, we do not have the pairings quite yet. Do you mind giving those a quick read?
Sure. Are you going to write them down as I go?
Yeah, story time.
Okay. Xander Schauffele versus Rory McIlroy. Patrick Cantlay versus Shane Lowry. Scotty Scheffler versus John Rahm. Bryson DeChambeau versus Sergio Garcia. Colin Morikawa versus Victor Hovland. Dustin Johnson versus Paul Casey. Brooks Koepka versus Bernd Wiesberger. Tony Finau versus Ian Poulter. Justin Thomas versus Terrell Hatton. Harris English versus Lee Westwood. Jordan Spieth versus Tommy Fleetwood. And Daniel Berger versus Matt Fitzpatrick.
Thank you, sir, for
Yep.
educating us. Let's just go with your overarching thoughts as you look at that list in front of you. Your excitement level for tomorrow, and what you think about what you laid out there for your team.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I love the way the guys are playing and the energy that they're bringing on a regular and daily basis. And, you know, we've said it from the start how loose and connected they've been with each other, and it's showing. They're playing great. They're playing with some freedom. You know, they're having a great time. So it's good to see. You know, it's hard to put a lineup out, right? I mean, you got so many possibilities, and you sort of have an idea what they're going to do, and I'm sure they had an idea what we're going to do as well. But you know, I just feel so good about all 12 of my guys. Really, I mean, they're just all playing very nicely, and you know, just doing all the right things. And but the big part, I think, is just the fun we've been having this week as a unit and together, and I think it showed out on the course.
All right, let's start on your left with Jeff.
In terms of keeping things going forward and keeping team momentum, how big was 2-2 this afternoon as opposed to maybe 1-3?
Yeah, very big. You know, 11-5 versus 10-6. You know, and that's a big difference in my book. And when that session was going on this afternoon, I said it to, I think, my wife Nikki, and even the assistant captains at some point. I'm like, if we can just get a half out of this session, you know, it would be a good session. And you know, it was good that Bryson and Scheffler turned that match at the end, and yeah, it was a hard fought match, and they all have been. I mean, there really hasn't been too many blowouts, you know, from either side. So it's been tightly contested, I feel like, and we've come out on the winning end a few more times than they have so far. But yeah, it was an important session, I think, just to get the 2 points.
Let's go back to 6, Dave.
Yeah, Dustin Johnson, allowing for the fact that he's number 2 in the world and he does have a very good record here, what factors informed you of the decision to put your oldest player out for 5 matches, basically your only guy?
Yeah, you said him. And the relationship that he has with Colin and the team that they formed right from the start, you know, actually 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. I had them together, and they just felt good with each other. You know, they complement each other's game very nicely. Both heck of players, and they just enjoy being with each other, and they both play great. And we knew DJ's record going around here. He's had some great events here. Probably should have won one of the PGAs here, and but he enjoys the course and played it well again this week.
Just, you know, you did stress that you wanted your players to rest, and I just found it interesting. You must have a lot of confidence in his physical abilities too. You know, 37 to handle this kind of a load.
Yeah, and I kept my options open this afternoon. I mean, I wanted to see this morning who who was playing well. And, when we saw those guys going out there and playing well again, DJ and Colin, I knew straight away that they needed to go in the afternoon again, and they played great again.
Let's go 21, Alex.
Steve, you were there obviously in 2012, and so was Davis. Can you talk about maybe what you and Davis have talked about, or what went wrong in 2012 from a captain standpoint, and what did you incorporate maybe into this?
Yeah, I think we did. We've talked about it a lot. I think we've learned a lot of lessons from 2012. Probably the thing that I can say, is that we didn't do a good job putting our lineup out on Sunday. We just, not that we took it for granted by any stretch of the imagination. I think we just could have done better with it. And that was on our mind up here again today. I mean, we think about our past mistakes, and we are trying to learn from them and see what we can do to try to improve on them. And that was definitely one of the things that we were talking about up there tonight. So, it's hard to say if you got it right or not. I like where we're at, and I like what my guys are doing.
One more thing, how much will you explain to the guys that weren't there what happened at Medina and how you have to be on edge going in, or on top of it going into tomorrow?
To the guys on the team?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna bring up Medina. I mean, I just told them before they left. I had a little small conversation with them. Again, it's about getting them back, get some food in them, and get some rest, and get ready for tomorrow. And I just said that we've got another day. It's not over yet. Let's not rest on what we've done these first couple of days, and don't be content with where we're at, and let's just go out there, and we want to win the session again tomorrow. So these guys are still very focused. I think they've learned, from our past mistakes as well. They know, they've watched. So I think no one's taking this day tomorrow for granted at all, and we're totally focused on what we need to do to get the job done.
Okay, we're going to beam out to Shane. Shane, you're with Captain Stricker. Go ahead.
Hey, Steve. Question for you, looking for some insight into your mental state. If the spectrum of possible thought right now is on one end, 11-5, we've done it. Nobody's come back from that much. It's over. And on the other side, I'm dreaming of all the different possible ways we can lose. Where are you? Which one are you closer to? And how does your brain work?
Yeah, I don't know. My brain is tired. I know that. It's been a long, couple years and a long month, really, this last month. But, I'm still super excited and super encouraged and fired up for my guys. And my focus is straight away on tomorrow. And I'm not thinking about results yet. I'm thinking about, just taking each shot, each match at a time, and trying to enjoy the day tomorrow. It's going to be a long day again tomorrow, but I'm really not trying to think about results yet.
Number 4, Bob.
Steve, Medina's been referenced, but I'm just curious more generally, in your experience, you've been on the other end of some of these as a player and an assistant. I'm just curious how much that framed your captaincy, like what you took from that to try to make sure those things didn't happen, or did they?
Yeah, I've learned a lot. I mean, I've been a part of so many teams, captain of the President's Cup team, been multiple assistant captains. I don't know if anybody's had as much experience as being a captain as I have, really, and just watching and trying to learn and trying to figure out what's the right things to do, how to deal with the players, how to formulate a team room, all that kind of stuff. So I've learned a ton in, I think my first year as an assistant was in 2014, and I've been a part of every team since, in some capacity. So I've learned a ton. I've learned, what things have worked, what things haven't worked, and just have, thought about this a lot really over the last, especially the last couple of years, on trying to do everything right to give these guys a great experience and hopefully come out on top.
We have time for a couple more. Todd is in the room. Let's go to number 3.
Steve, no American team in the modern era since 1979 has reached 19 points. Has that been discussed at all in the room? Maybe
No.
setting a record?
Nope, I didn't know of that point total at all.
Okay, we're going to beam out to Adam Shupak. Adam, go ahead. You're with Captain Stricker.
Steve, what did you think of some of your players that were sitting out the second session, chugging beers on the first tee?
Yeah, I didn't see it, I guess, until somebody told me about it. I was in trying to grab some lunch, but you know, to be quite frank with you, it looks like they're having a good time and enjoying the experience. You know, we get ridiculed for, you know, being too tight and all that, and then we do something like that where it looks like our team is together and having a good time and trying to get with the crowd. I thought it was great. It's kind of a Milwaukee Bucks thing where, if I'm not mistaken, I've seen, you know, chug a beer on the Jumbotron at the Milwaukee Bucks games, and it's something that is kind of a Wisconsin tradition, I guess, whether it's good or bad. But it looks like they were just having a good time, and but I knew I probably was going to have to answer that question because they went to that first tee and did that, and I'm fine with that, and they had fun with it. Fans had fun with it, and it was just another good time that my guys are having.
Going to wrap it up with Bob here.
Steve, at the time, there was a little bit of ridicule when it came to the whole idea of the task force and, you know, kind of moving in a different direction. But I'm just curious, having been a part of this now since that time, has that paid off? Did that work? You know, in terms of, you know, regardless of tomorrow, you've had the great 16, putting yourself in position here again.
Yeah, I think it did work, and I think again, we're learning as we go along still. You know, I mean, and sometimes to be honest, that it's just the other team that plays well, and you can't do anything about it. And there's times where the captain has done everything right. I've seen that too, and the players, you know, we just haven't gotten it done on the course. So. So far, so good here, but yeah, I think we're learning all the time as we continue to play these, and we'll learn some more after this week too, you know, and keep trying to improve and trying to get better.
Captain, thanks for your time.
All right,
Sleep
thanks,
fast.
guys.
Sunday
Have a good night.
singles awaits.